Quiet is not actually about politics, right? It's inspired by something more personal. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, in the end of 2015, I wrote the song Quiet, and technically, if I put a stopwatch on, it took me about 3.5 hours to write the song, but I feel like it took me a lifetime to write. Growing up as a Chinese American woman, I felt like I was torn between two different approaches of living, one as a confident young American and one also as a woman growing up with a traditional Chinese upbringing, where, you know, I was told when I was younger, and this was not out of like malice, you know, it's just things that are passed on from generation to generation, but I was told that the smaller a woman was, the smaller her mouth was, the more attractive she was because she would ignite less noise and interruption, and bigger eyes so she could observe what's happening. And I always thought to myself, I'm screwed. That sounds like a terrible time. And so I am a survivor of sexual assault myself, and at age 14, I went through it, and I was kind of, the reaction I got from my loved ones when I told them what happened was that it was my fault, and I brought shame, and I was slut-shamed. Then I developed an eating disorder, and I learned to internalize and silence everything within myself. I was very good at hiding in plain sight. No one really knew who I truly was because I was able to be a blank check to anybody. I could figure out what people needed, and then I would become that, because I'd rather do that than experience any type of conflict, because I thought it would come in the form of abuse. So I didn't really learn how to confront or communicate until my mid-20s. That was like something I was learning. It's okay to say, I disagree. And so I started going to therapy because I had demons. I still had body dysmorphia, and I was still dealing with that, and it was getting in the way of my career. I could feel myself holding back and self-sabotaging. So as I started going through therapy, I started having these dreams where I would reenact my past stories of abuse, but my subconscious was redesigning my dreams and rewriting what actually happened to what I wish had happened. So the night before Quiet, the night before I wrote the song, my abuser was hitting me, and there was someone watching, and I said, we need to do something. Yeah, in my dream, I was like, we need to do something. And the observer looked down at me and said, if you say something, it's going to make it worse, so just keep quiet, and it'll be over soon. And I looked up at the observer, and I said, well, I can't keep quiet. And I had never said, 1, this is wrong, I need help. 2, I can't keep quiet. So then the next day, I wrote the song.